Alright, Teamdbz. Yeah.
What's up?
Doing September 1st, X-sabers.
This is my main deck.
Update, yep.
Update, yeah, from the March one. Anyway, alright. Just gonna explain some stuff. Minimal stuff, or am I gonna go into detail? What do you think? Should I go into detail?
Detail.
Alright, we're detailing this shit out. 3 Embers Blade. They're giant rats of the deck. Basically, whenever they're destroyed by battle, you special summon any level 4 lower X-saber. That's what it does. And you cycle these out for Grand Soil. So basically, if they have a lot of monsters, you only have one of these set. They keep attacking you, keep recycling these. On their last attack, when the last one dies, you special summon a Partial. 3 Dark Soul. I need 2 ultimates, but basically this is the Searcher. Whenever it's sent to the graveyard during your end phase, you get to search for any X-saber. Usually you search for Faltral, but this is basically the Searcher of the deck. It's a 3-star non-tuner, so it's like your best non-tuner. Then I run double Faltral. I don't run 3 because you never want to draw into this card. You only want to get it by searching for it. It's really good though, because whenever you have 2 X-sabers on the field, it special summons itself, and then once per turn you can special summon a level 4 X-saber from your grave. So basically this and a Grand Soil on the field is game, because you just special summon so much and they can't do anything about it. And this also manipulates the number of Earths in the grave for your Grand Soil. So yeah, hint hint guys, I have a Grand Soil now. And then double Partial. This is the Marshmallow 2-star tuner. Can't be destroyed by battle. Basically, you just set it and sit on it for when you use your Pot of Dualities, whenever they have a whole bunch of monsters and you don't want to die or stuff like that. So this is a really good card, really useful. If it's face-up defense during their standby phase, you take 1,000, but that's usually not. Usually doesn't stay on the field that long because you usually sync with it, or like, yeah, you basically just sync with it, or you might take 1,000 every now and then, but it's not a big deal. Double Full Helm Knight. Full Helm is like the best tuner. It can negate an attack once while it's on the field, but basically you just recycle it so it keeps getting its effect back like wind-ups do. If it destroys a defense position monster, then it special summons a X-saber from the grave. So basically you just keep on seeking for 6. So you basically just normal this out, attack into their face or their defense, special this out, sync for 6, blow off some stuff. I mean, it's a really good card. It's like the best tuner, 1300, and it's a warrior, so it's searchable by Rhoda. To the one Arabellum, it's just a stronger tuner, level 3. I'd rather, usually, if I'm going to sync for Golems or something like that, I usually use this one over Full Helm Knight. So that's why I like him. Instead of having 3 Full Helm Knights, I like having him just because he's a little stronger. And his effect is whenever he attacks directly and inflicts damage, then they discard a random card. So that aspect is really good too. 1 Boggart Knight. I used to run 2, but I wanted to add the next card. It's when it's normal summon, you special summon an X-saber, but it can only be used as a synchro summon for an X-saber monster, which I do not like. And I didn't want to base my deck around it by adding chalices and stuff to negate that first effect or that second effect. So I really don't want to run more than 1, but it's okay if you do. But it's a good card still. I took one of those out for a Guard Strike. Guard Strike is your Cyber Dragon. All you have to do is have 2 X-sabers, at least 2 X-sabers in the grave while you control the monsters, which you always do if they clear off the field, or if they open up with Dark Hole when you already like normal your Boggart Knight, special summon something else. Then this card always comes in handy, especially like if you're down in the game. You special this out, normal your Partial, Black Rose. So this card's like really good. I still run 1 Elder. I used to run 2, but I took 1 out for Grand Soil. It's the actual Cyber Dragon. If your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you special summon it out, you get Shein. So basically first turn, special out, normal your Partial, get Shein. And then 1 Grand Soil. We're debating on if I do get another one, whether or not we run 2. If I do, I'm probably going to add another Gana's Emergency Call, just because to manipulate the number of cards in the grave. But if you have exactly 5 Earths in the grave, you special summon this out. It's basically Earth Dad. Whenever it's special summoned, you special summon a monster from either person's grave. So you special it, and it's a monster reborn. So it's really busted. 2800, 22 defense. It's a really good card. And this is going to basically help me push for game, help me keep combos going. It's a really good card. To the spells, double Lance. Lance is really good for the hero matchup, basically when they try to Gemini Spark you. Good for torrential tributes, good for everything. Basically, if they want to bottomless you, this gets around it. This is a really handy card. It's a good tech for any deck, basically, I think. I run 2 because, or if they're attacking into you and you want to keep your monster alive, let's say they're attacking into your Nat Beast and you want to keep it, Lance their card during damage calculation, and your Nat Beast will live, so that's a good thing. Double Pot, because you're sometimes just sitting on a Partial or sitting on an Embers Blade that you want to be destroyed, and you're not going to special out this turn or not combo out, so Pot's never really dead in your hand. It's just an extra draw, and it's really good. 2 is great. I would, even if it was at 3 still, you wouldn't run 3 in this deck anyway, but so 2's good. Double MST, 3 is kind of pointless because you run trap stuns to halt their traps and stuff that you would normally MST, so 2 is good. 1, you never see it, and you still want to get rid of their stuff in case you don't get the trap stun, so 2 is a good number. So the 1-ofs, yeah, 1-ofs. Enemy controller, this combos with Full Home Knight. You can take control of their monsters, but usually you just change it to defense. Book of Moon, this stops X-seed, stops Christia, stops most every deck. Basically, it slows down everything, halts their cards return, and then you can attack into it and get rid of their stuff. Book of Moon's amazing. Rhoda searches your Postural and your Full Helm. Full Helm is basically your #1 target because you can just normal it out and sit on it and negates an attack, and you can just protect it. So this card's still good. It's just an easy plus. Creature swap combos with Ember's Blade. You basically, normally your Ember's Blade, creature swap. I've won a lot of games with this card. This is a game changer. Let's say they have a BLS and they're going hard with it. You top deck this your Ember's Blade when you have this in hand. Normally your Ember's Blade, creature swap, take their BLS, attack into it. Ember's Blade's effect activates from your grave, specialing out any X-saber, level 4 or X-saber, so you summon another Full Helm, or yeah, Full Helm Knight, and then so you have a BLS and a Full Helm Knight forever, and basically it just trolls. This card is amazing. I recommend it in every X-saber deck. Dark Hole is self-explanatory. Dark Hole is amazing. Monster Reborn, get your combos going. And Smashing Ground, I choose this because it's never a dead card and it gets rid of usually their best monster. I like it over Soul Taker because I don't like when I don't like giving other people life points. Like people use Solemn Brigade and they want to take their own life points, or I want to give some of it back. I'd rather just blow up one of their cards and work around this. Usually they only have one really strong card anyway, especially like heroes and stuff like that. So this will usually get rid of that strong card, and then you can just work around it and go combo out. Alright, to the traps. 2 trap stuns. Trap stun is amazing because it basically lets you combo out. You negate the effects of all trap cards for the rest of the turn. So let's say they try to torrential, you trap stun, and they can't use, well, you can't use traps either, but traps are dead for the rest of the turn. So you can combo out without the fear of judgment, without the fear of torrential, without Mirror Force, Depriz. This card is amazing. Starlight Road. This card's perfect in this deck, definitely. Double Chain, this is the effect veiler basically. I mean, it stops attacks, but the main purpose of it is to stop an effect. So basically, let's say you're playing windups or something, and they summon that Magician, chain it off the first thing, so even when they summon their Shark, it's just dead. Or they can overlay, or this basically slows decks down like crazy. So like they summon that Rabbit, chain it, so it just sits there. No, not Rabbit, sorry. The Tour Guide, just chain it so it sits there. Don't ever chain a Rabbit. I'm sorry I said that. Don't chain cards that effects happen in grave. This is just like a Veiler where only stop effects on fields. So don't chain a Stardust or some shit like that.
You can chain my Rabbit.
And don't chain one Rabbit either. That's bad. Sorry for the bad example. Alright, double Solemn Warning. You have to stop summons. I mean, this card is pivotal. It stops crazy spam plays, stop gores. I mean, this card is definitely needed no matter what. Yeah, you have to run that. You don't have to run Judgment, but I choose to anyway just because this helps me combo for game. Basically, if they are top decking and they top deck that lucky ass like BLS or something like that, Solemn it, next game you got, or next turn you got it, you just tap for game. This basically ensures game for me. So that's why I run the Solemn Brigade. Starlight Road basically is for Heavy Storm. Dark Hole's not really a big problem because I run Godham's Emergency Call. I have Dark Soul or Grand Soil, so it's not really a big problem with me. It's the Heavy Storms I don't like. If they open up first turn heavy, I hate it, and I usually don't do well that game. But so Starlight Road usually helps with that. I chose to take in a Deep Prison just basically for cards that like E-Heroes. It basically is a really good card. It gets around everything. It doesn't destroy, so there's not many cards that can negate it.
Yep, you can run them traps now because Insectors.
Yeah, Insectors are, so there's less stuff picking off your traps, so you can run a lot of traps without having to like worry about it. But Deep Prison is still an amazing card. If they attack into it, you banish it. So let's say they're attacking with a Chrissy or something that you can't get around, then you just banish it, and it just solve your problem. One Rhoda. This is the Reinforced Truth. Special summon a level 2 warrior. It's basically you just get partial. The condition of this card is you can't conduct your battle phase. So basically you set it during their end phase, you use it, or let's say they want MST, it's an automatic plus no matter what. So even if they heavy or MST, this specific card you can just chain it, and you can still get the monster. So it's always plus, and it's always gets you a partial. That's a 2-star tuner. If you have Dark Soul in hand, that's an automatic level 5 synchro for next turn. And then last, Godham's Emergency Call. This card's amazing. The bad thing is you have to have an X-saber on the field, and usually when you combo out, you might oversync and just have like a Beast and a Barkian on the field. You don't have an X-saber. So this card can be dead sometimes, which is why I only run one. And I want another hollow, by the way. But if I put another Grand Soil in this deck, then I'll probably run 2, and I'm thinking about having an extra one inside anyway, just because this card's amazing. It's a double Call of the Haunted that doesn't stay. So all you have to do is have an X-saber, and you get 2 extra ones. And it's good against a mirror match and stuff, so those rogue X-saber decks like mine, you basically take their monsters from their grave, so it's really good. That's the main deck. To the extra deck. We got level 5s, Nat Beast, Sheehan, and Catastor. I run Beast because it stops spells. This is great against heroes, great against Dark Worlds, great against any deck that doesn't play a lot of traps. That means they have to play a lot of spells.
Levels, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. This is good against most decks. So basically, open up this. Sheehan is for the shock factor. Basically, it's 2,500. It's still a really good card no matter what. And anyway, so it's still a really good card, and you have the ability to do it with this deck, so you still run it. And Catastor stops everything except darks, so it's still an amazing card. You just play it against any wind-ups, basically. Wind-ups, rabbits. I mean, Catastor wrecks stuff. 6s, triple Hoonlai. I call it Hoonlai. I don't know. 1 Orient for the plant decks that seem to be popping up, and Barkion to stop trap-heavy decks. This removes from Barkion, stops traps. Orient Dragon banishes a face-up synchro, so basically that Stardust that they got off their Starlight Road. And the Hoonlai, whenever it's summoned, the trigger effect is that you destroy up to 3 spell or trap cards, so you can just pick off stuff. And if you combo with this during your trap stun turn, you trap stun, then you sync for this, they can't Starlight Road you or Solemn Warning it, so they basically just have to take it. And it's great whenever they have to take it. 7s, Suaza, and Black Rose. Black Rose, in case you're losing, like I said, with the what the heck is it called? Guard Strike, and so basically special out Guard Strike, normal out Postule. That's Black Rose, and blow stuff up. Suaza, in case they have something that's just annoying, this has a Catastor effect. You can attack into a face down that you don't want, in case you're scared of Raikou or something like that. Attack into a face down, it dies without flipping up. I mean, Suaza's really good, or its second effect is that it can't be destroyed by traps. So in case they have a Mirror Force or something. Level 8s, Stardust, and Colossal Fighter. Stardust for the Starlight Road, but you can still sync for it. Colossal Fighter is the main level 8 target. It gets really strong. It gains 100 for every warrior in your grave. And if it's destroyed by battle, you special summon any one warrior from your grave. Basically, you can just recycle itself. So it's really good. Level 9s. Why are you so close? Back up. Gotham's and Mistworm. Mistworm is if you trap stun this turn, Mistworm and bounce this stuff. And Gotham's is I have a Postule, or I have a Faltral and a Full Helm Knight on the field. My Faltral got veiled, so I might as well go into something that's stronger. 9, and it's 3,100, so it gets over most cards in the meta right now. And it's just really hard to get around. Mistworm bounces stuff, and it pisses off everyone who runs Zen mains. And then I run Zen mains. Just because you can special out, let's say they open up with a crazy ass field and you just have a really bad hand, you can special out your Elder, normal out your Full Helm, overlay for Zen mains, and sit on it until you get something good. And that is the deck. So, yeah, let us know what you think. That's what I'm probably taking in regionals, I don't know yet, but it's a good contender. So let me know what y'all think. Subscribe, like it, whatever.